So hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Now let me just check if we have started streaming or not. So the stream has started, and so firstly, what we're gonna do is we're gonna solve this new code 150 problems over here. But new code 150, new code 250. Okay, we're gonna solve this new code 250 problems over here, and we're gonna start from arrays and hashing, and we're gonna assume that we don't have any knowledge regarding data structures. So we're gonna understand the concept and then we're gonna proceed on to solve the problem. Okay. So it starts with the concatenation of an array. So firstly, let's understand arrays. Okay. And hashing. Firstly, let's understand arrays. And for that, what we're going to use is we're going to use complexity to understand this data structures, and we're going to use neat code to get all the rest of the problems properly, and then we're going to solve it on the lead code. And we have got a journal over here, that is the Notion journal. I have made it. So this is the roadmap basically. You look at this: arrays and hashing, two pointers, stack, binary search. Okay, fine. And this is the lucid chart over here. We're gonna use to draw some diagrams over here. Okay, diagram blank document. Okay, so let's start. Okay, firstly, we'll start with an arrays. Let's start with arrays. Okay, so just a second. Okay, so we'll start with arrays now. YouTube, we can use it, but let's cut it out. And the roadmap is fine, right? So it's gonna be a complete grind live session. I'm doing everything live. Okay, I am not assuming that I have a code, I have anything. I'm doing everything live. Okay, let's start. It might take hours for us to solve a single problem, but it's gonna be worth the time since we are solving that problem by our own and we are developing some problem solving skills on the way. So that is what we need, right? So that's what we're gonna do. And if my audio is bad, you still can understand, right? You have to solve the problem by your own, right? We are solving it together. I'm just making it for myself. Like I'm just journaling my thought process over here. It can be bad, right? But I might get stuck in a problem that is very basic, but that's okay to me since every master was once a beginner. So let's begin on our journey to become the master. Okay, so it is feeling fine. Yes, it's completely fine. So solve the first problem, and it's about arrays. Okay, so let's do some complexity over here. What is the arrays? And Python data structures. Okay, let's add a prompt over here that mm, let me know everything I need to know about arrays and Python data structures. So, firstly, we are understanding the concept over here. Arrays in Python refer to data structures used to store multiple values in a single variable. So the multiple values are stored in a single variable, typically of the same data type and accessed by indices starting at zero. Or Python does not have a built-in arrays like some other language. Consider it offer flexible alternatives. List Python's most common and flexible sequential data structure. List a dynamic array that can hold elements of different types, automatically resizing if elements are added or removed. We supported numerous built-in methods such as append, remove, sort. So we're gonna use list, okay? Let me know everything I need to know about list. Python list. Here is everything you need to know about lists in Python. The data structure and what is a Python list. Just a second. I'll cut this out first. Okay, let's keep it here. I'll just keep having a look if my stream is working or not. Okay, so where is it? So Python is a list. Python list is a built-in order mutable and data structure used to store multiple items in a single variable. It allows items of different data types to be stored together. By the way, we are gonna also create this document over here, the Notion document. Let's add it over here. So everything is journaled properly, and we have arrays and hash maps, right? So what did we found over here? List array characteristics of arrays, fixed size, elements of same type. Okay. And then link over one access time. Python also supports third-party libraries like NumPy for data efficient multi-dimensional arrays. That's true. That's perfect. Use Python less for mixed data types and when easy dynamic resizing is needed. Use Python array, use array.array for space efficient homogeneous numeric data. Understand Python arrays are not fixed size like in some languages. List dynamically resize. Okay. So list can be resized, okay? Arrays allow access to elements by zero-based indices. Python arrays and let's support iteration, slicing. Okay, that's fine. Let's copy all this out. And let's make the journal, okay? We're gonna keep a high detail journal for us. Arrays and hash maps. That's fine. Okay, now let's add a divider since our prompt has changed. Okay, let's not add that. Let's not add the divider. Now I need to know everything you need to know about this Python as a data structure, about list in Python, right? What is a Python list? Creating list can be created using square brackets, just like an array with comma separated values, but it's constructed from any variable or by repeating elements with the multiplication operator. A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. B is equals to list. So using the list constructor as well. Can do that by that way as well. Or you can do this the elements of the list multiplied by how much times you want the element, right? So elements can be accessed by using their index, list, and index. Slicing is supported with list start to end. Okay. Lists are mutable. Append to add elements at the end, inserted at specific position using insert, index, demo, value, extend to extend. Common methods append, add an element to the end, insert element at a given index, index, comma, value. Extend, add elements from another variable. Add elements from another variable. Okay. Remove first operands of the value. Pop index. Remove pop, sort, reverse. Internal implementation. Index access is 0 one time insertion or removal near the end is generally efficient, but operation at the start of the middle can be costly because elements must be shifted. Limitations. Okay, that's fine. I'll just paste it over here. And I'll delete all this. Okay. So for now, we know everything about arrays, right? I'm not gonna add a title or anything. Let's add a title that is H1, I think. And that's gonna be arrays for us. So we now know a bit about arrays. We're gonna come back to this page when we need something like this function to understand because it really don't, we are assuming that we don't have any knowledge regarding Python. We're just getting into solving the problems, right? So let's do that. Let's keep everything we have it over here. It's really nice for us to have the data. Okay, now what are you gonna do? Let's solve the problem. So we have the concatenation of an array, okay? We have solutions over here, but let's not get into the solution. Once we are not able to solve it after spending a lot of time on the problem, then we're going to run into the solution. But before that, we're going to try that. We have to solve that. So let's solve our first LeetCode problem. We're going to use Python 3 over here. And fold, maximize. Okay. Given an integer array, nums of length. And let's break down the problem. I don't need this shit, man. It's an easy problem. So let's see if we can solve this then, or with the help of the internet, slow by step by step. Okay. So given an integer array, we have been given. Let me see if I can split the screen. Okay, this is fine as well, right? Just make this. Like this. I don't know why I'm not able to get this. I don't want this to be enabled. How do I turn it off? So we're gonna run through each and every problem we have, right? Just like this, we're gonna learn together. Okay. And I'm trying to journal. Okay. It's not stopping. I know. I don't know why. Try to keep everything. It stays same. Okay. Okay, let's keep it like this. Okay. I'll just open whiteboard for now. Now let's cut this out. We need to look at it every single time. Okay. So let's start the problem. Given an integer array norms of length 10, we want to create an array as of length 2n. That's the first thing. We want to create an array ANS of length 2n. We want to create an array and ANS of length. I think it can be a bit more smaller, so that's fine. With given array ANS of length 2n, where ANs 5 with a number. I think the question is a bit tricky over here, but we'll understand it. Okay. I try to use a whiteboard to break down the problem. It's gonna take a bit more time, but I want the concept which I'm doing today to be built on my brain with long-term memory. So I'm taking my time. Given an integer array, let's understand it by example. Nums is equals to 1 to 1 1. The output should be 1 to 1 1 to 1. Okay. 1 3 2 1 1 3 2 1 1 3 1. Okay. I have to copy the whole integer again. The whole nums integer two times. Okay. You can understand it by the example. Okay. Very simple. The concept is simple, but we need to have the programming logic right. Now we need to understand it by the constants. Okay. These are the constants over here. So Don't assume that I'm gonna keep speaking for hours and hours. There's gonna be some silent period as well. So you gotta understand that as well. Okay, so given an integer array, I'll just copy the constants over here. Hmm. So we have the nums, we have to return the target or the ANS. So basically, let's draw an array. Let's not draw an array. Yeah, basically this, and we have to turn this, right? This will be- Okay, that is a number. Okay, so that is one, two, and one, one, two, one. We have to do one, two, one, one, two, one. Okay, one to one, then one to one. Okay, so we have to copy this array two times. I want a highlighter. I want a pencil. Okay, we cap copy the array two times. So we can do this in the for loop. I think for let's use a Python compiler over here. Python compiler. So I think the problem is understood over here. That's our problem. We need to solve it. Okay. Now let's take the input. We need to make the output has AMS. Okay. We have to return AMS. So we got an empty list over here. And now this is an input. The AMS is our output, right? So we have to double it for I, or I can say for I in for I less than equals to 2. And I would say duplicate. Let's say for I is equal less than equal to 3, we're gonna stop at 3, right? Uh, uh, for duplicate less than 3. Firstly, we have the nums, right? I just wanna do one more iteration, right? What I can do is I can just copy the whole AMS, whole nums to AMS, okay? AMS is equals to Let's say even if equals to none. So I copied the whole. If it works, I will just have a look. And let's see. Print AMS. Okay, so we are copying the whole EMS, right? EMS is equals to none. And this way done in a single line of code. Okay. Code execution successful. So we have copied the whole list inside a variable. Now what we need to do is now we have to append for I is less than for I is less than len of nums minus one. We have to add the element that is nums of the print AMS. Is this wrong? For I I'll store that in a variable. Okay. I'm a beginner coder, so in data structures, if you try to understand if my solution is not optimal. So what I'm gonna do is this is my first LeetCode problem, I would say. First and the second, this I tried two problems on LeetCode. This is my third problem. So let's store the length is equals to okay. So what is the syntax for I less than while let's say while name I okay. I'm not able to get the let's say print Just a second. I is not defined. It starts with zero and it ends with zero. Mm, that's really good. Or getting, I think, in an infinite loop or something. And let's cut this out. Let's take some hints over. Build an array of size 2 into n. That is dynamic, right? We don't need to build an unassigned num of I to n of I and n of I plus 1. I don't understand this. Okay. That's the logic. Okay, here was the problem where I is equal to one, so equal namaskar and I equal to one. Okay, got it, got it. Got the firstly we have the size of an array of size n, that is n. Okay, so let's try to code this. I have got how to have to solve it, but let's try to code this. That is also a big challenge. Okay, let's delete everything. So first it would build an array of size 2n, but it is completely dynamic. So we have copied every element, um, or we can simply get into two loops for each. Mhm. We're gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. Okay, since it's our first problem on LeetCode, it's gonna take some time. But along the way, we're gonna obviously get better if we keep doing it regularly. Okay. For I less than 2, print. Why is it invalid syntax? Uh, let's see. Okay, for I in range. Okay. And that's what you have to do for I in range. Of A. So we're gonna learn the programming along the way. So for I is less than 2, we have to copy it one time and we have to copy it second time, right? For I is less than 2, for the in range of length of, I think it should be solved now. Length of nums minus 1 print, let's print something, print text. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we are doing it for 6 times. That's what we wanted. No, let's delete this. Okay, for 8 times. Now that's fine. Length of nums print x. So we have it. We are doing that. Now we just need to append it. Okay. So for that, we're gonna do ENS is equals to, I would say ENS dot append nums. J. I think it's right now. Current AMs. We got a solution. That's our first LeetCode problem, even though we took the help of the first hint and a bit of range over here. Since we didn't know about that, I knew about that, but I was using some different language loops over here. That was a major problem. I got confused in the language and my approach to the problem was wrong. The hint was right. This was the hint. I should have used it. We have used, I would say, two, what I would say is we have to copy through the elements. Okay. Basically, what we have done is, should I explain the code for I in range? That is, we had to copy two times, right? First time we had to copy this, the second time we had to copy it again. For j in range of length of nums, for j in range of length of nums, for j in range of length of nums, this is the length, and for j, for we are iterating 0, 1, 2, 3, right? En is that append nums dot j. I think that's fine. Our solution is perfect. Let's run this. I don't think we need this. Okay. I'm going to define ANS as well, I think. Now it should be accepted. Let's see. Runtime beats 100%. Okay. Memory it's not good, I think. And it depends on the time of the input, right? Oh, wow. This guy has done over here. Return nums into true. And okay. But I think ours is simpler, right? Solution. summations. Ours was a bit easy as well, I think. This one was obviously very much easy in return nums plus nums. It's way too easy, but we are iterating through everything right over here. We are building the for loops and I would say integrated or inside the for loop we are using again a for loop. I think our logic was also well. Memory, let's see what this perplexity say. Analyze time and space complexity. And it be done better. That's an easy one, nums plus nums. That's a very easy. So, one. Oh, baby, big on notation. That's the bigger one. I just have a look at LeetCode of like, for I in range of 2. We don't even need this for loop at all. So num and nums. Okay, so num and nums. But he has used two for loops, right? We are somewhere close. The num and nums. I try to write all the solutions. Okay. Enumerate. Let's understand the first one. Let's understand what the help of perplexity. Information concatenation for the length of the input list nums. Initialize a list of size 2 and filled with zeros. Okay. 0 into 2 into 1. Okay, okay, okay. For I and num and enumerate. Mix word with index on element. Okay. ENS of I plus ENS of I plus 1. I plus n. Okay, okay, okay. For I only. For I and num. Enumerate. Enumerate. Nouns. I starts from 0, 5 plus 1, 0 plus. Okay, ENS of I and ENS of I plus 1 store the same value that is num. Understood. Understood. Understand. Understood. Okay. Okay. Now let's document this. Arrays. So let's add a divider. This was concatenation of array. I just cut this out. I just add the screenshot for this. I don't need this much, man. I need really a Helen tool to find. Let's add the problem number that is 1929. That is 1929. It's an easy problem. So 1929. Concatenation of an array. Concatenation of array. Okay. The documentation part is really important since if we come back to it the next time we want to know what we are thinking, right? Concatenation. Now we need to copy the question first. The question. How do we do this? Okay, this is just copy this. So to have this properly now with the solution, right? Firstly, we're gonna add our first solution. What is our solution? I'm a bit new to LeetCode, so if I'm taking a bit of time, please understand. I'm gonna get better at this with time. Now you're gonna need it and that's code explanation as well. Now you need to do the code explanation, right? So let's go on to the code. I know I took a lot of time to do this, but it's my first time. Like, I need to make sure that I'm doing everything properly. Okay, so mm, sorry, what the hell am I doing? It's laying the code, please explain the code shop. Now let's add another one. Or let's not write the code explanation. It's gonna make the PDF very huge. Don't want that much, This code and all this thing is bullshit. Sorry for the language. Let's just do the sums. I will skip this command. Anytime we can use ChatGPT and stuff to understand the code, right? Why do we need to make a very huge PDF? I'll just add the time and space complexity for each one of them, okay? Iteration, details. So we have a dash line. Yeah, let's add a divider so we'll be understand what the problem I think it is same as well for this. Just have a check. They go notation website. They go notation. There's the code man. Both of them are ON. Okay. So it's the same. We don't have any issue with that. So the first problem is solved and we have documented it properly. So what's gonna be our next problem? Let's have a look. Also, let's copy this out. We haven't done much over here, but it's still added at the top. That's whiteboard. So it's visible. I think we don't have any issue with that. But it's still visible. So let's check out our next problem. That is contains duplicate. Okay. Ah, now let's cut out this. So I'll be back after some time. I'll just continue it over here. I'll be back after 5 minutes. Give it 5 or 10 minutes. I'll be back and I'll start with the first line. So hello guys, welcome back. So let's try to solve this problem. Let's delete everything. Okay, given an integer array now, let's copy the problem. We'll just copy it in a single. Let's delete this and consider what we are doing. Given an integer array now, return true if any value appears at least twice in the array. So this was 2 and 7, right? Contains the duplicate of it. 2 and 7. Um, and this one is a bit complicated, so we have to use arrays, right? So let's try coding this problem. But let's get on to like how can we solve this. Now one, two, three, one. This is an array, right? Mm, Getting an integer, right? Return proof any appearance y value appears twice. Every element is string. So can you use two arrays? Let's say this is an array A and this is an array B. So I'll copy each and every element from here. The solution might not be optimal, but I'll try to find a solution. Okay, everyone, I'll copy each and every element to B, and then I will compare is equals to and this one, right? So let's try to solve that. I think it's an easy problem, but we need to have a very good understanding of how we need to solve it. Okay? So for that, we need to make an array nums. Then just copy it out. Yeah. And nums2 is gonna be nums2 is gonna be nums as well. Now print the nums. Fine. So we have duplicated the nums, Now for I in range of, I think it's a very simple problem in length of nums. Maybe it's a simple question. Let's find the solution. or range of S nums of I think I found the solution if nums of I equals to nums of nums of I. Then what do we have to return? Just twice in the array. Uh, it can be done easily using two pointers. I think. Uh, I've understood the problem wrong. Right? This is a wrong method. It should not be like this. This is wrong, completely wrong. To check, but it cannot be done right. Or I can just say, I'll make one more array. Okay, I think I've got it now. One, two, three, one. Okay, now this is I'll just duplicate it over here. Then I will compare. I don't need to duplicate it. Why do I need to duplicate it? I'll take this first element, one. Then I'll compare. Okay, let's say zero, one, two, three. The index position, right? Compare it with one, two, three. Okay. Since this has been done, comparison has been done, then we will need to compare. We will not go left, okay? Then we'll compare. Then I'll write it down zero, one, two, three. From this way, this is the first iteration. This is the second iteration. This is gonna be the third iteration. So we don't need to make an extra array over here. How do I write the logic, coding logic I need to do? I understand how can I solve the problem. I have to select the first element, then I have to compile it one, two, three, right? Understood the logic, but I need to iteration one. Hmm. We'll find the solution for this. Uh, Mhm. You can run through, you can run two loops maybe for j in range of, firstly for I in range, you have to select the first element for j in range of, for I plus 1, I can say for j in range of length of nums again, I'll do the same thing. Firstly, for I plus 1, I would say, then uh, we declare the variable j. So how much iterations we have to go through? Let's see if our logic is right. One, two, three, four, five, six. We have to go through six iterations for the four. One, two, three, four, five, six. And I come on J. First element is going to be compared with zero. And the J should not be when J is gone through infinitely. I didn't target it properly. Ah, for J in range, range operation you have to I plus plus J plus plus. Ah, invalid syntax. They're wrong. You don't have to do that. 0, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Before that, I know the how to install it, but I need to execute the code now. It's gonna take some time. The first element is getting selected, the second element is getting selected, with the second element. Why so much of late now? Oh, that's correct. I do just how do I do this one? Mhm. Hmm. Hard to solve this or what? Okay, that's the same problem, I think. A same problem, same problem. That's the previous problem. The whiteboard is fine. Hmm, that's fine. I need to set the J at that element. J should start at the first element. I'm not able to get those frustrations and feeling frustrated. We need to start the pointer of J at 1, the first element, right? And once we start at 1, then it's gonna be fine. Let's say that so we have started at J, but we won't not be able to get out of there. So Okay. We got the okay, so 0 is targeting 1, 2, 3. Then 1 is targeting 1, 2, 3. Then 2 is targeting 2, 3. Then 3 is targeting. And that's wrong. 0 is targeting 1 is targeting 1, 2, 3. 2 is targeting 1, 2, 3 again. 2 is targeting 2, 3. There's something close, but I think the concept is wrong. So I need to have my dinner. We'll solve this problem after some time. Okay. I'll be back after having my dinner. I'll start what I would say. I will start. Let's just copy the code which we have. And I'll paste it in my Notion. So we'll be not looking at the solution. We'll be back again and then we'll do it again. Okay. I don't want to cheat now. Also, there's my whiteboard. This is my whiteboard. I'll just copy this. I'll paste it over here. Okay, so I'll be back after some time. Okay, I'll just have my dinner and then I'll be back.